Hello everyone, Pallytime here. We are back in Heroes of the Storm today. Please forgive me, I'm running on about 3 hours of sleep. Unfortunately, this is the only time I have to record today. I wanted to bring you guys an episode of Zagara, or a video of Zagara. She was just released yesterday, and I say that loosely because the servers were pretty much down all day for the patch. So, more or less, brand new champion. She is the Broodmother. She is a StarCraft ranged specialist. Ranged means she has ranged auto attacks as opposed to melee, and specialized units usually focus on one aspect of the game and do it incredibly well. Specialist units are actually my favorite in the game so far. So let's see how she does. Let's give it a look.
The swarm endures.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are on Blackheart's Bay today. My team, full of skin tints. Is Sergeant Hammer normally red? Sergeant Hammer's normally red. Yeah, everyone on my team has a skin tint, except for myself. Which is definitely an interesting turn of events. So that means they all at least have a general idea of how to play their characters. Which is cool. It looks like we are going to contest the middle smiley face. Of course, my team is Sergeant Hammer, Uther, Tychus, Zeratul, and myself. My abilities are Q, which is Baneling Barrage. It sends out a bunch of little Banelings. I love Banelings. I love Banelings. My W ability sends out a Hunter-Killer, a Hydralisk that will chase after a target. My E ability sends down an aerial bombardment that then spawns little roaches. I'm going to increase the regen of my creep. Spawns little roaches after impact. Let's see if I can show that off here. Going in on Tychus, we are going to see the roaches spawn, and they're going to be a little bit out of position to really do anything. The decoy of Nova was left behind there. My passive, or I guess it's a passive, is Creep Tumor. It allows me to lay down these things on the ground that will continuously spawn creep. Of course, if you've played StarCraft, you're well aware of what creep is, but if you haven't, it's basically goop on the ground that allows Zerg players to be amazing at everything. Move faster, get health regen, get mana regen. Well, you know, there's no mana in StarCraft, and I guess you also don't regen health in StarCraft, but you're missing the point. It does all of that in this game, so it's really, really, really good. I'm picking up 5 coins for my team there, and I'm just gonna lay down the creep as I move to the chest. This is gonna give us vision all the time of what's going on around me. It's going to give me a movement speed increase if my feet are on it. And because of the level 1 talent I picked up, it's going to increase my health regeneration by 300% if I'm standing on the creep. Just amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. And the idea is you spread it everywhere, wherever you go, and profit, I guess. I guess the next step would be to profit. Now, it can be destroyed. You can see there is an enemy Broodmother here. The creep tumors can be destroyed, but you have to directly... you have to actually walk over them with an AoE. You can't directly attack them. You kind of just have to know where they are, which is weird. Well, I know one's right here, so we can call down my Roach Warren thing and break it down. What's this called? Infested Drop. So it's kind of weird like that. If you place them too close, it's really, really, really easy to counter. Let's go ahead and kill this Murky. His egg's around here somewhere. Maybe it's back in the base. So I'm just letting him kill our tower, then, is what I'm saying. There is a little bit of a fight going on at the chest, but we'll take Murky out first before we worry about that. Go ahead and attack this down just in time. Alright, send in the Banelings, drop in the roaches, and then we'll head up here. We have leveled up once again. I am going to pick up... I don't know yet. Hold on. Send in the Hunter on the enemy Broodmother, and that's going to be a very, very, very easy kill. Go ahead and destroy her Creep Tumor as well. Drop a Creep Tumor of my own. Looks like Tychus wants to go one-on-one with these roaches for some... Hey, buddy. Look at me. Just send in the Banelings right into his face, and then... Uh-oh. Nova was here. That sucks. We did level up. Envenom Spikes. Basic attacks have their range increased by 20% and deal an additional 38 damage. That seems really good. Medusa Blades, basic attacks hit up to 3 targets for 25% damage. I could spawn more creep tumors, I can envenom things, or I can infest an allied minion to increase their damage by, what was that, 400%? Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. I wonder if it works with mercenaries. I wonder if it works with my hydralisks. Oh, this in general could be really good. Okay, this Murky's getting on my nerves. Murky, you're getting on my nerves, buddy. There is a little bit of a team fight going on at the Mittel Tier 1 turrets. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it right now. A lot of my commentary today is probably going to be focused on me because I'm still learning this character. Normally, if this is your first time watching a video on my channel, welcome. Normally, I like to try to commentate everything that's going on, but I think today we're going to focus on myself a little bit. Banelings that do increased damage to non-heroic targets. Roaches get their duration increased by kills. Creep tumors spread twice as fast. That seems good. I haven't been laying down enough creep tumors. Rapid incubation's really, really, really good as well. Regardless, we are going to be losing this tower here. Nothing I can really do against a Murky and an enemy Broodmother. Uther is coming in for a little bit of assistance, though. Let's go ahead and get battle momentum. Battle momentum, every time I auto attack, it is going to allow me, it is going to reduce my cooldowns just a little bit. It's going to allow me to spam my abilities a little bit more. Go ahead, send in the Banelings on the enemy Siege Giants. Uther coming in with the stun on the enemy Broodmother is going to incapacitate her momentarily. As you saw, Sergeant Hammer at the top of the screen is going to start getting these chests, but he is going to be contested by the enemy Tychus as well as the enemy Broodmother. Let's come in here and try to give him a little bit of assistance. I'm going to creep up behind them if I can. Tychus with 5 coins here is walking in the wrong direction, is going to be taken down by yours truly, and that's another 5 coins in my pocket. I'll just go ahead and put those in the chest. Thank you very much. I can put my creep tumor in the fog and things like that. If you haven't noticed me doing that, it basically lets us see in the fog all the time. We always have vision of that, so it's really, really important to do that. I've never used Devouring Maw. Summons a Devouring Maw that deals 315 damage and devours enemies for 4 seconds. Devoured enemies cannot fight and take damage over time. So we'll pick that up. That'll be our ultimate. The other one is the Nidus Worm. Oh shit. Well, let's try our ultimate out. And now I have to run away. The Nidus Worm is really, really fun. Fantastic ability to get around the map, but that's about all it's good for if we're totally honest with ourselves. Sending the Banelings on Tychus. He's likely going to move out of the way. No, the Uther ultimate coming in is going to completely take him down. Sergeant Hammer in a bit of a precarious situation. We see Nova creeping through on the left side of our screen here. Let's see if she's ready for this. Let's see if I can also hit my abilities. That would also be important. Calling in the Roaches, sending in the Hydralisk. We are going to just completely zone her out as the team deposits all the coins in the entire world into that chest. Fantastic. We have some pretty good coordination on this team today. Now, Murky is being a little bit of a problem, harassing down the bottom lane, but this is what I'm going to do about that. I'm just going to kill the towers. Were you expecting something else? I was just gonna, that was the end of my plan. That was the start and the end of my plan. I was gonna kill the towers. I was gonna get to that motherfucker's egg. Even though I do have a pretty good idea where it is. Let's go check that out. A little dangerous going and doing this right now because I don't have any mana. We'll put a creep tumor here. They're gonna have sight of me. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Just gonna recall. Any more talents? So I want to try this infest thing. Okay, perfect. I'll use it on these Siege Giants and see if it makes a difference. Coming in, not going to be able to kill that mine in time, but is going to do some more damage to the Tier 1 fort in the bottom lane. Alright, let's see if I increase his damage. I cannot, so it... Okay, let's see if I can increase a Hydralisk's damage. God, this motherfucker. So I need to spawn a Hydralisk. Here we go. Can I increase his damage? No. Well, this seems useless. I don't recommend picking up Infest. It seems retarded. Zeratul coming in is going to be helping me take out these towers. It is going to be very, very easy to do. Looks like there might be a team fight going on in middle, but that's of no consequence to us because Murky cannot defend pushes, and we are pushing. I'm going to pick up the Mutalisk upgrade because I love mutas. Baneling Muta, one of my favorite strategies back in the days where I actually did play StarCraft 2. Really, really, really fun. Let's go ahead and send in the roaches to tank this. We'll send in the mutas as well to do a little bit of damage to this. Where is the pretty little muta? It's above my head. Unfortunately, the fort was attacking him, prioritizing him over myself. Murky's egg does fall. I knew it was around there somewhere. The enemy Broodmother in the wrong position is going to fall. Not the most competitive game in the world so far, but I am getting an adequate amount of time to show off the abilities. Let's see, what were my other choices? We could have gotten Giant Killer. Giant Killer makes it so your auto attacks deal percentage health damage. Oh shit, enemy Nova! Yeah, that sucked. It does percentage health damage. Grooved Spikes, the hunter has a longer range and damage increased by 20%. That seems really good. Bile Drop. Enemies hit by the drop take an additional 100% of that damage over 4 seconds. Now, the infested drop, the roach drop, is really, really, really hard to land on people. It's a very slow projectile, and they have a clear circle. I can't show you right now because I'm dead, but there's a very clear circle where it's going to land on the ground. It's really not that hard to get out of the way of it. The enemy Broodmother did use her ultimate on Zeratul and Uther, but they're easily going to be able to take the enemy team down there. We really do have some good players on my team today, which is cool. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. They definitely know how to play their characters. All right, Baneling Massacre now spawns 8 Banelings, and remember that'll continue to do the full damage. So that's another 500 damage basically. Brood Expansion. I can hold 2 stacks of my W. Or Creep Upgrade, or Stone Skin. Let's go with Brood Expansion. I should be able to spawn 2 Mutalisks now. Not Hydralisks, Mutalisks. Picking up more coins. I need to be better about laying this creep. That's definitely how I could improve my play. A lot of people make comments like, oh my god, you should pay attention, blah, 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 blah. You have to understand that these videos are mostly here for entertainment and learning purposes. It's really difficult. It's going to sound like I'm bitching, but it's really difficult to play this game and commentate it the way I tried to do at the same time. Spawning in the Mutalisks on the enemy Broodmother. Let's go ahead and drop the ultimate as well. I do miss the ultimate, and she is looking like she's just going to barely get out of range. Oh, dropping the Roach Warren. Is it going to be enough to take her down? Yes, it is. The Mutalisk finally catching back up to her. See, it's hard to do that and play at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I do an adequate job. The enemy Nova coming in. Let's go ahead and send a Mutalisk her way as well. Dropping the Roach on Tychus is going to miss, but they should chase him down and do a pretty decent amount of damage. Let's send some Banelings his way as well, see if he notices. 120 damage each time a Baneling connects with him. He's going to get in the Odin, going to be trying to zone us out here. In fact, Sergeant Hammer is probably one of the best teammates you could possibly have on the Broodmother. Because I spawn so much stuff, I'm inherently going to be good at zoning targets away from Sergeant Hammer. And as you saw there, Sergeant Hammer, once a target is out of that initial range, basically once they're out of a medium melee range, the ultimate coming down from Nova, I am just barely going to get out of that. The enemy Demon Hunter is going to chase me down and is going to pick up the kill there. Good play on her part. But once people get out of that initial melee range of Sergeant Hammer, she is able to do so much damage with that siege mode. It's ridiculous. And having characters like Uther to heal her and the Broodmother to just zone enemies back, that's a pretty devastating combination. All right, we have fired off, I believe, 3 bombardments. We're building up to our 4th right now. Level differential, we are almost 3 entire levels ahead. And this is going to be a good game. So that's the Broodmother. I guess. I could have done some more. I've also been working on a melee build for her. It seems pretty good. This Envenom Spike thing does a deceptive amount of damage. And you couple that with the ability Fury of the Storm and the Giant Killer that we saw at an earlier level. And the Broodmother really does a deceptive amount of damage by right-clicking. Zagara is her name. I keep forgetting her name. She's brand new. There's a new tab screen. It shows a breakdown of what's going on. As you can see, I'm by far not contributing in any of the numbers seen on the screen. One of the things I don't like about the new tab is it doesn't show XP gained. As you guys know, I like to stick in a lane. I like to stick in a lane for as long as I can to just generate a ton of XP. And the old score screen in-game would show that very well and display that very well. The new one, on the other hand, just completely disregards XP generated. That seems really weird to me because they actually just buffed lane XP. They increased the amount of XP you get from sitting in a lane by 20%, like an absurd amount of percent, yet they don't encourage you by letting you see how much XP you're generating. It seems kind of weird to me. Anyway, that was the first look at the Broodmother, Zagara. I will refine my build and bring her back in a later episode of the Day of the Quest. I apologize if I was lacking of any energy today. As I said, I'm running on about 3 hours of sleep. Unfortunately, I don't have time later in the day to record, so we had to do it right now. I think it's like 8:30 in the morning or something. I don't know what time it is. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. She's a really, really fun character, and I think I could really, really, really learn to like her. See you all next time for another episode of the Daily Quest.